Hey y'all, I'm here to try and recap P Valley, but I actually have more questions than answers. And it's officially P Valley on the Starz Network. Started last Sunday. Tomorrow will be the second episode, and I hope everybody checks in. I really hope this makes it. It's kind of long. It can have some curves and flows, but one of the things I like, the main character, she goes by August Knight on stage, is the red bone. I'm using air quotes over here, which I do like. The dialect is very homespun. Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas, the areas of the deep south that I actually know from the areas Arc Latex. And Mercedes is the outgoing top notch stripper who actually does some pretty great gymnastic work and core ability from a complete sit up, laying flat on the pole, going forward. But sorry, I'm babysitting the cat, and if you hear the little bell, he's doing the most right now. He is doing the exact most. Anyway, some of the characters I like. I picked up one. August Knight is running from a bad situation or moving away from it. She's adopted somebody else's identity by taking their suitcase from a flood that appeared to have happened. I'm assuming Houston, Texas, because you don't just end up in Mississippi coming from like what, California, Arizona, Mississippi, Arizona, and New Mexico. I'm thinking she's coming from either the Houston area because of all the flooding they've recently endured. Of course, Louisiana. We always have some flooding going on. Don't even get twisted. But somewhere along the Delta is where she's ending up, but not exactly. I can't tell how far up north. Is it like Natchez under the bridge or down south, Mississippi Valley State? Where is she located? Who knows? Because some of the actors, like Uncle, he, okay, so he's male presenting when he goes in public, but he is female presenting when he works amongst the women in a strip club that he owns and operates. And he's right now underwater trying to handle some refinancing payments. And at any rate, it's worth watching in my mind. Not just because of the dialect, the different nuances of the backgrounds that everyone lives, the things we don't talk about in terms of, female violence that strippers go through. The VAMA Act basically can address each one of these, meaning domestic violence at home, which one stripper, Keyshawn, is enduring. And she brings the baby to work. And at the end, you can see Diamond is not covering it up that he likes her. He's one of the bouncers, but the more physical one who apparently served in the military at some point, active duty in the war. And now he's here providing bouncer services. Little Murders, the rapper, which I know I got really excited for no reason, but I remember him from Just Mercy. He was the first death row inmate that Michael B. Johnson met as Brian Stevens. And so I'm glad he's still acting. I'm glad they have the gold fronts, bottom and top. Trust me, I may have all my teeth and none of them are covered, but enough of my family does. Even my mother has open face goals. With that being said, one point in life, I will get to it. I like how they portray Mercedes' mother, but I don't. It bothers me. You hate what your daughter does, but you like the money she brings in. I'm so grateful I never had those kind of parents in my life. However, I realize it's real, and I can't wait to see how it plays out because Mercedes was leaving and no longer going to do Sunday night shows. And apparently she's the moneymaker, and they showed why. I don't know who did the casting, but I think they did a good job for what it's worth because all the girls have some talent on the stage. Except actually Autumn Night. I don't know. But anywho, you could also see like the guy who was taking pictures undercover is either working for some real estate developers who's trying to take that area. They showed a preview for next week. But ultimately, he's going to be probably a love interest. She did show some real energy there, and he provided some as well, although he claimed to have no vices. We shall see. That's how that works. Some people have made fun of it being like a Lee Daniels style, but no, not really. Because Lee Daniels for TV is different than Lee Daniels in his movies. Not The Butler, like the boxing movie with Helen Mirren. And the one, it didn't make much money, but stylistically, it was there. Here today for P Valley, I'll give kudos to production. The editing was nice. It's better than what I can do. By all means, trust me, y'all. I can't even put the thumbnail up correctly. And I don't want to keep dedicating the time to learn right now, so I'll just do it later. But I'm also working from my iPad. So you let me know. From watching P Valley, this is how it goes. Rolling off the bus, she just walks off and decides to stay in a Mississippi town. I don't know who does that. I don't know where they do that, but I look forward. Please let me know in the comments if you've done it or know someone who has just, hey, this is where I'm going to lay roots and I'm going to stay here and I'm going to enjoy life. That's fine. I've just never seen it myself in a Mississippi town, nor even a Louisiana town. Not a city, not a metropolitan area, a town. The second part we get to see is she doesn't have enough money to pay the cover of $30 to enter the club. So she decides to do the booty battle, which is $50 on a hot plate. I question that so hard. Like, okay, wouldn't $500 be like the going number? Are people really out booty battling for $50? And maybe it's just for the rights to say I won and my booty is the best. Or like Mercedes pointed out to Redbone, y'all be letting this booty battle crown go to your head, that kind of thing. So let's see. Because, oh, FYI, I will code switch in a heartbeat, especially when I'm hearing sounds close to home. It's nothing for me to go in and out. Just stay with me. Because they do it pretty decent for what it's worth. I do appreciate the club owner showing the struggles and also being able to relate as well, which is everybody has a gratuitous use of the B word. I'm saying B word for YouTube purposes, FYI. I'm okay with the gratuitous use of the N word because I'll let anyone know. Expect it from me. However, once Uncle Charlie goes out, he understands. Let me take all this off. At first, I thought I liked his hair, and then I realized it's a wig. Very pretty. The curls were nice. It was laid. But it's more of he had to take off his nails as well. And I thought, oh my word, that's a lot of work just to go in and make a payment on a bill. But I do hope he's able to convert the Chicanos or the Hispanics and Latinos because they're working as, you can tell, migrant workers because they're at the check cashing place. And he propositions everybody in line because they turned him away with, we can't take a check from you, even post-dated, because he's bounced the check before and they want no parts of it. He's on the wall for the month. And I love how he dismisses it with, you know, you could have at least chosen a prettier picture, a better picture. And two, don't try and come from my club. If you heard that my club needs toilet paper, well, you heard that from your husband. Y'all, I do know those places that still exist where it is shameful to the high heavens that your husband, your spouse, your man goes to the strip club. But I'm also sure it's generational because maybe you know someone who's younger or even at that age point now where the couples go to the club together. Look, out of Louisiana, New Orleans, we still have clubs where women cannot enter. And they are very serious about that. It is men only and get the hell out. I don't care how much you think you're going to pay. And with that, they may let you watch from the window on the street, but that's because you have those shutters that open up and you can see into the club. But when they close it, that's it. There's nothing there for you and anyone else. At any rate, let me know what this was when it says, like, for entry. Redbone tried to pay $20 and get in with some exception stuff, and they kept telling her no. So on the wall, it was like, no chips. I thought about it. Wait, this is Mississippi. Maybe they're talking about from the casino. They have the river boats, whereas our casinos stay on land and they don't leave. Or we have the boats and they never leave dock. Whereas in Mississippi, they actually do fly off. Excuse me, I'm kicking this cat like 5 ways around. I should have done this in the office on a real camera, but he's gotten frisky and act like he doesn't know the rules. And I'm just tired of babysitting at this point. At any rate, P Valley, I believe, can make it. I am one of those people who've come early for a lot of Starz series, starting with Boss. I miss Boss with Kelsey Grammer, and I wish it would come back. Sanaa Lathan was on it for season 2. The guy who plays King George in Hamilton and was also on Glee, he's in Boss as the second season, and he's Kelsey Grammer's unknown son. At the end of the day, I don't know, I started off with Power, and I couldn't really get into it, but I kept watching it. By episode 6, I was up to speed, and I liked it, and I was ready to go. Excuse the camera movement. I know it's crappy. Trust me, y'all. I prefer to have editing, but in production, but I'm not that person. Uncle Clifford is the name. I looked it up. So with that, Uncle Clifford is empathetic to the girls, like Keyshawn, when she shows up to work beaten and bruised with her baby whining. I was like, oh, they could have did a better job when she came in with that baby doll and it wasn't moving. But whatever. So Uncle Clifford comforts her, lets her know, look, I've been beat too. So let me let you get told this is what you need to do. Stop letting people mess with your money and stay focused on this game so you can do what you need to do. And apparently she has two kids, and the other child was at the parent house. And let's see. Redbone apparently has flashbacks when she's in the VIP room with Mercedes, entertaining Little Murder and his crew. One was super handsy and drunk, I guess, so he wanted to prove a point. Really demanding and tried to be demeaning, like I paid, so I own you. That part I wish no one had to go through. But at any rate, they're conveying what happens. I like the fact that Mercedes works with the cheerleading squad, and even though her mother comes out, talks to her like a regular conversation, we learn Mercedes is basically funneling her money through the church tax-free shelter court, and that's cool. She figured it out. Yeah, so be it. But my concern becomes her mother circles back and basically shuns her into giving money to the church. Like, you should give up this money and give it to the church kind of thing. That irked me 5 ways from Sunday. Like, you can't have it both ways, ma'am. Either your foot is in the game and you reject all the sin, or you can acknowledge, I'm benefiting from the sin. Let me not mistreat my child. Not to mention, Mercedes called her mama out for, oh, but you said I was blessed and highly favored when I was shaking my behind to get men to pay for our lunch at Waffle House or at the pancake place. And mama dismissed it as, well, I didn't know God then. And Mercedes like, you barely know him now. So I am glad she gives it. But unfortunately, she does let her mother wear on her or guilt her into things. So she gave up her earnings for what was supposed to have been Mercedes' last Sunday or whatever. It should have been a high rolling Sunday, and she walked away with nothing because she gave it all to her mother. The episode shows an incoming character taking photographs around the club. So that's why I believe he's there taking pictures for a developer who's trying to take, did I just say Charles or Chuck? What's his name? Uncle Clifford's place. I do like that it looks like from the previews, Little Murder will be back and he's still interacting with Uncle Clifford as when Uncle Clifford is female presenting or feminine presenting. And excuse me if I said that incorrectly or using terms interchangeably. Oh, FYI, we are not here to bash anybody who chooses or anyone who presents or anyone who identifies or anyone who has said, this is how I accept myself and that's just what it is. No, I'm sorry. I give big props to anyone who is genuinely in their truth, living it, and just unapologetic. I think we all should be. But anyway, that's my soapbox moment. But I didn't want folks to jump in the comments. If you actually do show up to start bashing, well, Uncle Clifford for dressed the way he should be, blah, blah. No. And in Mississippi, child, please. Uncle Clifford is doing everything. Right is right, and we can talk about wrong another day. But the wrong part is, worried about somebody who's trying to live their life without harming anyone, without stealing from anyone. And this is what we have to worry about, because Uncle Clifford has to pay off the cops. But they are selling 12-piece Parmesan wings for $3. Ooh. I'm assuming they're getting the chicken from that Tyson plant in Arkansas. Or somebody got a hookup and using food stamp. I don't know, but whatever, for $3 wings, or maybe I need to get to a strip club enough to know, oh, that's a regular price. At any rate, I do question, and you could tell they're showing us something is to come from the Hispanic/Latinos working in the area, because they are cashing checks at Uncle Clifford's place from an individual or company Uncle Clifford has no idea of, and he's asked about it. So this is getting long. My questions are going to remain, which is, what do you think chips are? How do you see this rolling out for Mercedes and Redbone and Keyshawn? I'm hoping Keyshawn hurry up and gets with Diamond, the bouncer, sooner than later. I don't need that to be like season 2 and they're figuring things out. Because for what it's worth, not only is he cute, and he may have some PTSD, it looks like it, but he was excited to hold that baby. He was excited to watch her walk in. I was like, okay. I don't know if they told him pour some syrup on it for acting, but he stepped up to the plate, if you ask me. The directing is good enough. the script could be better sometimes with some of the words that they use. Like, we don't say that no more. That's the first thing I thought when I heard certain words. Then I let it go and I was saying, well, it is Mississippi. Maybe they still trying it in the SIP. See, like that. That's so played out, the SIP. Okay. But anyway, I'm from Louisiana, so that's our thing. I don't like it when other people trying to attack Mississippi for being like backwards or left in the day. It's all America and it's all backwards. Don't ever get beside yourself, because I'll bring out the legal precedents and the codification, meaning the laws on the books, that show, yeah, we're all stuck in some old school pathetic ways that don't help humanity. With that, I'll circle back. Hopefully I'll check in tomorrow on time to be able to talk about P Valley and get it posted with a thumbnail.